Hello, welcome back. This is the last video of our project showcase, and this is going to be about the versatility of modern tech stack and explaining to the decision makers how you can have something that is variable over time. And let me explain what do I mean by variable data storage or something. Um, so basically, let's imagine you have a store, and you're making warehouse for different stores who buy and sell things from you. Some kind of an FMCG product. Let's take soaps. Now, for example, you have Walmart. Now, Walmart has different branches, and then you have a mom and pop store, which is very basic. And there could be different types of, for example, organizations. Some organizations acquire other organizations. Some have so many branches. Some have a lot of data, and some organizations, like a mom and pop store, has only one branch, has only three, or just one manager who has the billing address. There is no legal department. There's no XYZ things. But however, when we are trying to build the structure for an entity, it could have 100, 200 different fields, right? It can have a field on how many branches there are, what is the head of the branch, this, that. So it really becomes very hard for us to kind of categorize both entities in under the same umbrella and still not waste energy trying to, for example, you have 1,000 entities, only 15 of them are of category A, 20 are of category B. There are five, six different categories, and there is just a complete mess. So how do you have something that based on certain kind of a category you can change, and how compute looks different as well. So basically we're talking about JSON structures within a within a field, an object, or a nesting object in a field. So let's head on over to GCP's BigQuery, and we're going to do a bit of a demo. So this is the basic interface that opens up when you open BigQuery on Google Cloud Platform. I would really recommend this. This is a very good warehouse. And then I'm just going to select a property of Google Analytics data dump. So this over here, this is something that a lot of people, a lot of business decision makers really do have to work with. Google Analytics is very popular. And I just want to kind of show over here that this is like a standard implementation, and over here you have a thing called event parameters. Now, event parameters has keys and values, and the value can be different data types. You don't need to worry about that, but understand the relation between a key and a value. And this is an event parameter which can be repeated. However, there are certain things which are not, which are nullable, which are not repeated. So that's something that comes up in implementation. But there are certain things which are repeated, and this is what we are interested in. So we have user properties, we have traffic sources, we have actually traffic sources from different places. So let's look at some of the data. Let's preview this, and you can see that this is not just like a simple kind of a row. Rather, it expands. The first row has so many, you can say, nested sub columns, or sub rows, you can say. So what that means is, for one type of a entity, we can have 5 rows. For another, we can have 500 rows. And what that helps us with, so that helps us with having the ability to kind of like call both of these in the same thing, like an entity, like an organization. And while having that, we can also filter on the same, because both are going to have like a start date, the name, and the total money that they've brought in, something like that. And we can filter out organization based on certain criteria, and therefore limiting our search and then expanding into however many key value pairs it has, the JSON structure it has. So this is something that comes out of the box on GA4. I just wanted to kind of like show you that this is something that is industry prevalent already. And this, I've not actually done anything. This is just enabled a connection in GA4, and this starts popping up and doesn't really cost anything. And this is something that we can also build for our own selves, and this is what we kind of did, a custom implementation over entities and several other things. And now the last piece of the puzzle is that how do we know which type of an organization has what structure? So for that, I would recommend that you have a separate table maintained, which is like you can call it the structures table, and that structure tables has a date and the structure of whatever variable you have, and that is something that's like a reference point. Whenever you want to query this particular table, you first go to that reference table, get the structure, and from that point onward, you can write your queries and your automations. And yeah, that was it. Hope you enjoyed the series, and you can always DM me to get in contact if there's anything that wasn't very clear or anything that you need help with. Thank you.